Hello, my friends! Today we're going to draw this beautiful face together from start to finish. So, grab your pencil and sketchbook and let's begin with a simple circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, by the way. We're drawing a face, not entering a geometry competition. Now, we need to find the center point of the face, the point right between the eyebrows. Where is it? Ah, there you are. From this point, I draw a horizontal line that passes through the eyebrows and continues toward the top of the ears. Since the head is tilted, the line tilts with it. That's why it looks like this instead of perfectly straight. Before we move on to the next step, here's a quick reminder. The complete Loomis Method course is now 25% off for a limited time. The course takes you from the very basics all the way to mastering the Loomis Method, helping you understand and draw every head angle with confidence. To get the course, simply click the product image you see on your screen, or use the link in the pinned comment. Now I draw the vertical center line. Above the center point, it curves over the round shape of the skull. Then, starting exactly from the center point, it runs straight down to the chin. This line divides the face into a right half and a left half, helping us keep both sides balanced, because without it, one side might get greedy and take over the whole face. Next, I cut off the sides of the ball. Each cut begins at the outer end of the eyebrow line and measures about 2/3 of the circle's height. On the right, we see more of the side plane, so the oval appears wider. On the left, only a thin slice is visible because the head is slightly turned. Since she's looking down, the lower part of the right cut disappears behind the curve of the ball, while the upper part remains visible. Take a look at these examples. When the head tilts upward, the lower part of the side cut becomes visible, while the upper part disappears. When the head tilts downward, the opposite happens. The upper part is visible, while the lower part hides behind the ball. That's exactly what's happening here. Now, I divide the vertical line into 3 equal sections. The first line marks the hairline and lines up with the top of the side cut. The second marks the bottom of the nose and lines up with the bottom of the cut. Then I repeat the same distance once more to find the chin. Keep these 3 spaces equal, otherwise the face can become too long or too short. Next, I build the jawline. On the left, I connect the side cut to the chin with a soft curve, following the reference as closely as possible. Then, on the right, I start from the middle of the side cut and draw a slanted line down until it meets the chin line. The closer the jaw shape matches the reference, the stronger the likeness will be, and the easier everything becomes later. Now for the ear. As usual, it sits in the lower outer quarter of the side plane. Don't place it too far inside or too high, or it'll look like the ear got lost and ended up at the wrong address. So, pay close attention to its placement. Now, I erase the extra part of the circle on the left and refine the top and side of the head to match the reference more closely. Next, I add these 2 blue guidelines, connecting the front edge of each side cut toward the chin. They help define the width of the mouth and make the next steps much easier. Finally, I lightly sketch the neck. Just a rough placement for now. I also extend a few light lines from the neck and sketch the beginning of the shoulders. And with that, our basic Loomis structure is complete. Now we're ready to start placing the facial features. Let's go.